Welcome to the first episode of True Crime Garage Off the Record. This is your captain speaking. In this episode, we talk a lot about the case of Amy Mihaljevic. If you haven't listened to that episode, it's episode number 22. All of our old episodes are available through the Stitcher app for free. Why? Because Stitcher is freaking awesome. This conversation happened after the recording of the Kendrick Johnson case. The beers were flowing, and I got about 2 hours of this conversation. So this conversation will come out in about 4 parts. Hope you enjoy. Cheers, mates. Sipping on some bourbon.
Well, I got to tell you about this, Captain, because here's the thing. You know, when you and I covered the Amy Mihaljevic cold case,
probably our best show. I'm not actually on that episode, but hey, and maybe that's why it's our best show. To be honest.
Well, I got to thinking about this last week because I drove up to the Cleveland area. And I was having lunch with our good friend James Renner. And
bro date.
The thing about it was, as I was driving up there, a couple things occurred to me. One, I realized that, back then we were only doing one episode. We rarely would we cover a case for more than one episode back then. And
those were the glory days.
Well, you know what? At the time, maybe it felt right. I think looking back, I would have said back then, Amy's only one episode. Well, I started digging into her case again because that's one of my, you call them red light cases. That's one of my red light cases that I've been dragging around with me for years. And it's always with me.
But everybody's calling it red light cases now. I started a thing.
So,
I mean, just so you know. I mean, I think I was watching Nancy Grace the other day, and she was like, my red light case now is, so I'm just saying, everybody's using this. You jump on board.
Well, I am. I'm fully on board.
Mm-hmm. So you're driving to Cleveland. Just take 71 all the way up.
Well, I kind of got to start back a little bit. Okay.
You're going to tell me how you showered and...
Yeah, but no, I knew I was going up there in advance. So I had some free time and I couldn't help myself. I started looking into Amy's case again.
Mm-hmm. And
I got more angry as I do when I look into this case for many reasons. And, I'll go through those later. But
really should talk to somebody, though, about your anger issues.
No, well, knowing that I was going up to... Okay, so Renner calls me and he says, look, can you come up? I want to ask you some questions about podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, no problem. And I'm like, first off, I'm like, I don't think he's contacted the right guy. He really should have contacted the captain. But
it's so funny though, because I mean, I still get a ridiculous amount of either hate mail or crap on our blog or iTunes, and it's like, I mean, we should just put a disclaimer, like the show is produced by the dumb guy, right?
Do you want me to agree with you here? Because I would feel like I'd be confirming you're the dumb guy if I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm good at all the other stuff other than talking, right? So
I disagree.
So Renner calls you.
He wanted to talk about podcasting, and you know me, I always have an agenda. I'm like, this is perfect. I have a couple of Amy Mihaljevic questions that I want to ask him. Once I get there face to face, he won't be able to get out, and I will. He'll be forced to talk to me.
Right.
So I drive up there.
Wait, hold on. My favorite thing is when Renner came all the way from Cleveland.